Hello, everybody. This is the Flushed Cast. I'm your host, Sam. And you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I'm Bullet. I know. I'll do my own drum roll.
I did your drum roll for you.
No. I'm doing my own.
Okay.
I'm Bullet.
Okay. Well, it's just us for this week. 4th of July weekend.
Our curse of never having all three hosts on an episode is continuing.
It's never going to happen. We'll never get it back. But this weekend we are discussing some great films. Some real quality pictures here.
One great film and Space Jam.
I would really argue that Space Jam is the quality picture here. Yeah, we're talking about Space Jam in preparation for Space Jam 2: A New Legacy.
When does that even come out?
The 16th. So we got 2 weeks of peace left in this world before everything goes to hell. Have you seen like some of the more recent marketing stuff?
I've seen some of the trailers and it's got fucking the guys from A Clockwork Orange on it.
Yeah. Porky Pig raps in it.
Oh god.
Is it safe to say this movie's more geared towards American audiences?
Is it geared towards anyone? Who would enjoy this? I'm 90% sure you chose this film just to irritate me.
Well, I chose it because of Space Jam 2, and yeah. And I had also just watched it beforehand. So it's just an easy pick. But yes, I had a feeling you weren't going to like the basketball movie.
It's not even that it's basketball. Any sport, and it would be shite.
God, this one's got the Looney Tunes in it, so what can I say? I don't know why they picked Michael Jordan to pair with the Looney Tunes.
Why did they do any of this? Whose idea was it?
Again, Michael Jordan was on everything. I think the one place he hadn't expanded to massively at that point in time was like movies and shit. Because, he was all over sports. He was all over like fashion and shit because of his shoes. The Jordan shoes were huge. And like I think Warner Brothers basically just struck a deal with him to do a movie.
Why did they jump to this? Did they have like a Looney Tunes script and a Michael Jordan script and just turned it into one? Because surely you just make just a basic sports movie instead of whatever the fuck kind of fever dream this is.
I think first of all they probably wanted this to be more family friendly or like kid oriented.
Did kids like this?
Probably. I mean, it made a lot of money. And I think their other big goal, which this was successful at, kind of, was
killing cinema?
They wanted to reboot Looney Tunes. In the 90s, it wasn't as big as it had been. And they were successful, and they immediately killed it off with the second movie, which bombed. Looney Tunes went dormant again for another decade.
Great.
That's the most Warner Brothers thing to do. You're successful at something, and then you just immediately fuck it up horribly.
That's Warner Bros. Motto.
The goal of this was to give Michael Jordan a massive paycheck.
How much did he make for this?
I mean, let's see here. No one knows. Yeah. It doesn't seem like that's public, but I guarantee you, if the budget was like $80 million, probably at least half of that went to MJ and shit. I think one of the most bizarre blockbusters ever made.
It really is, yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen Space Jam.
Don't. If anyone hasn't seen it, don't.
But the plot is Michael Jordan basically gets sucked into Looney Tunes world. And he's got to help the Looney Tunes defeat Danny DeVito in a game of basketball.
Wait, Danny DeVito was in this?
Yeah, he's the main villain.
I watched this film like 2 hours ago, and none of it has sunk in.
I don't hate this movie. I know you hate it, but I don't. I think it's fun in a weird, morbid way.
How? It's
entertaining in just the most fucked up, morbid way. Michael Jordan gets turned into a basketball. He becomes the basketball in this movie.
It's,
I don't know how to describe it. It's not, like... I don't think it's painful to get through, but mostly because it's only 80 minutes long. I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, that was nice that it didn't drag on for, like, 2 hours, which isn't the new one going to be 2 hours?
The new one's, like, hour 55.
Christ.
And I'm sure there's an end credit scene.
What's setting up Space Jam 3?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which basketball player are they going to get in the next one?
Hopefully they don't do basketball again.
Do cricket.
Michael Jordan has to play cricket this time. I think the worst thing this movie does is how it handles the Looney Tunes. They're not very well represented in this movie at all.
Does Bugs Bunny normally have a, like, New York accent, or was that added for this?
I think it's the normal voice actor. Or voice actors, but...
I mean, I've never watched Looney Tunes or anything, so Yeah, just seemed weird.
When I was younger, I really liked Looney Tunes, but I didn't give a shit about basketball. So this movie wasn't as appealing to me as the other Looney Tunes movie they had made was, which is the one that burned the franchise to the ground. But yeah, this is a weird one because
And the first 30 minutes, one of it was so fucking boring.
yeah, it's
Just
just
Michael
really.
Jordan playing baseball, Michael Jordan playing golf, Michael Jordan playing basketball.
It makes more sense when you have like the context of Michael Jordan as a person, which is why I think this movie's more geared toward American audiences. In this movie's defense, it does get a lot right about Michael Jordan, like as a person.
Is he
Like it
is he an incredibly boring person then?
probably he's he's also a degenerate gambler,
But
which comes up in this movie. At the end, he just makes a random bet with the main villain, if you remember.
no, I don't.
It's for he wants to get like the glowing basketball.
Oh right, okay.
Michael Jordan is just a horrible fucking gambler. He just spends so much money on gambling. It also goes into his dad dying briefly. I bring that up.
Did Michael Jordan actually like go become a baseball player at all, or?
Yeah, after his dad got murdered, and after his dad died, he quit basketball to go play baseball.
Okay.
Because I think his dad was a baseball player or something, and he had always wanted to play baseball. So after that, he left. Yeah, a year later, he returned to basketball, which I don't know
Right.
if they. I don't remember if they bring that up in the movie, but afterwards, he returned to basketball. I will give Michael Jordan this. He's not as bad as he could have been in this. He's terrible in this movie.
Yeah, he's bad, but I mean, it's hardly his fault. Like, what was he given? Nothing.
Especially when you consider that the last hour of the movie is him on a green screen.
Him on a green screen looking at just nothing.
I don't think any actor, Daniel Day-Lewis, couldn't have made that work, so I can't really blame him too much for that. I mean, you could tell he really doesn't care at some points.
Mm.
I think most people, aside from the Looney Tunes voice actors, cared because it's easier. You know, they don't have to show up on set every day.
Yeah.
But like Bill Murray just does not look like he gives a shit in this movie at all.
The green screen in the entire last act was so fucking noticeable.
Well, do you want? It is. There is a reason why it's so bad. Like the whole effects in it.
Do you mean like an intentional reason, or?
Yeah, like a technical reason why everything was fucked up.
Wasn't it because like the director didn't know how all that worked and stuff?
He just did not understand the technology whatsoever. It shows.
Yeah.
I think that's like the only movie he's directed.
Good. He should be blacklisted from Hollywood for this.
He probably was. Unfortunately, he's not returning for Space Jam 2.
Who is?
Malcolm D. Lee is the guy's name.
Oh, such classics as Scary Movie 5.
He's gonna ruin the Space Jam IP. How dare he? But yeah, this is a bad movie, I would say, but it's not.
It's shite.
I think for what it is, it's entertaining enough. It's just so dated that I can't help but enjoy it.
I don't think I would have even liked this as a kid, though.
I think I would have enjoyed the Looney Tunes stuff, but like,
A quarter of the movie, at most.
yeah, that's not the focus of the movie, but like that's the stuff I would have enjoyed, and I probably would have just fast forwarded through all the Michael Jordan stuff.
Realistically, the plot of this movie could be a 10-minute short film.
You can almost entirely cut the first 30 minutes out because it's just Michael Jordan stuff.
Start it in that golf match when he gets taken, I guess.
You need some basketball footage.
Maybe have
before.
like a scene before. Just use the opening credits sequence, which took like 3 hours.
That's what's got that is what got asses in seats, was seeing Michael Jordan on the big screen. That's the thing. When you criticize this movie, you need to consider why people were going to it.
No, I know why they were going to it, but I mean,
People just wanted to see Michael Jordan on the big screen. Also, all of the jokes are bad, pretty much.
yeah, it didn't get a laugh out of me at all.
Bill Murray is the only good performance in the film, I'd say.
He looks like he can't be bothered being there.
That's why he's so good in it. That's why I like him in it, because he just doesn't care. It reminds me of his performance in the Ghostbusters remake. You could tell that he just got roped into it, because he and MJ were friends. So MJ was like, help me out, I don't want to be on this set all day. It's just a fucking disaster of a movie. The other thing I want to bring up is the Pulp Fiction reference that occurs towards the end of the film.
It's so out of place.
Yeah, it just feels like it's there because Pulp Fiction was big at the time.
This was the same year as Pulp Fiction, wasn't it? No, it was 2 years later, I think.
Yeah, so it would line up.
Yeah.
It's so weird that they just kind of crammed that in there. They're just like...
Yeah, because, I mean, it just abruptly cuts as well. It's not even, like, well worked into the movie.
Especially, like, in a movie designed for children, why Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, that too.
Like, what 8-year-olds were like, oh boy, there's a reference to Pulp Fiction.
My favourite director, Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino should have been in this. He would have fit in perfectly. I really want to know how much cocaine fueled this film. I really want to know who at Warner Brothers snorted so much cocaine that they wrote down a script about Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny playing basketball together and then made it into a movie.
Who wrote this and where do they live so I could send a pipe bomb to their house?
Oh, Jesus. Yamcha, cut that out. Yamcha, cut that out.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
I do not endorse Bullet pipe bombing the writer of Space Jam.
Oh, but you do endorse the sequel if I pipe bomb them.
No. No, I don't want to hurt him. He's a good person. He's my friend. Oh my god, I have a fact for you.
What?
The cinematographer for Space Jam
Right.
was also the cinematographer on Taxi Driver and Raging Bull.
What the fuck? Wait, this guy's done like a lot of films I really like. Like he did the 70s Invasion of the Body Snatchers. He did The Fugitive, as he said, Taxi Driver, Primal Fit. How the fuck did he do this?
There's a lot of really talented people involved in this movie for some reason.
There's like no vision bringing it together. Like
no, the director was just there to tell Michael Jordan where to stand.
Yeah, there's like yeah, as you said, there's talent behind this, but just no one pulling it together. So no director pulling it together.
It really feels like they just pointed a camera at Michael Jordan and said, "Do basketball." I left it on after the movie ended, and they just play that same song, the theme song, just on loop. I don't know why I left it on.
I deleted this from my computer as soon as possible.
Best scene in the movie is when Bugs Bunny makes out with Michael Jordan. It's pretty great, but yeah.
Let's do ratings.
5 out of 10.
3 out of. I don't even know what the three, what those 3 points are for exactly.
Michael Jordan.
No, I don't.
That's it.
3 out of 10, but I don't really know what those 3 points are for.
I guess it could have been worse.
I mean, any film could have been worse, I guess, but.
I mean, I will not lie. I was not in pain at all while watching it, but I wasn't particularly impressed by anything.
So, Space Jam 2. Why?
So, we got Don Cheadle.
That's the only reason I want to watch it, for Don Cheadle. I mean, this looks like even more of a fucking fever dream than the first one.
This feels so weird to me because it's not just like, let's make a sequel to Space Jam, you know? Oh yeah, LeBron James is big now, let's just get him, put him in Space Jam, remake the movie, boom, we're done.
Yeah, like, what even is the plot of this new one?
So, LeBron James's son gets kidnapped by Don Cheadle, whose character's name is L.G. Rhythm, and he's taken into the Warner Brothers serververse. I'm not kidding. This is maybe my favorite part. LeBron James is given an ultimatum. He can either compete in a game of basketball where if he wins, he gets his son back, or if he loses, he doesn't get his son back. Or he can give LG Rhythm his Instagram followers and get his son back. And he chooses the basketball game.
This sounds like the worst movie ever made.
So now LeBron James is participating in child endangerment. Because instead of just giving up his Instagram followers, he's fucking playing in basketball. So he goes to get the Looney Tunes, and I guess, I don't know where everything, like all the franchises tie in, but I guess they have to go through those. Somehow they go into the Matrix.
As I said, there's the guys from A Clockwork Orange. They're like famous family classics, those wacky rapists from A Clockwork Orange.
Kid isn't gonna just absolutely loving that reference. If you thought the Pulp Fiction reference was bad, this movie is just the Pulp Fiction reference, but a film.
Yeah, like, they took that moment and ran with it, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't wait. It's gonna be so bad, but I can't wait. I think LeBron James is probably a worse actor than Michael Jordan, just based off of the trailers.
Is that possible?
It seems like he's done it. What's going to be the big franchise, the big surprise franchise they bring in?
Warner Bros. Own DC, don't they?
Yeah,
Do you reckon Batman will show up? Oh no, actually, isn't the Joker in it or
the
something?
Joker is in it, as is Pennywise, clown.
Oh, another classic kids franchise.
I'm really pulling for a Sallow reference, personally. That's my guess. Now let's talk about F9.
Okay, F9 is the latest installment in the constantly amazing Fast and Furious franchise. Yeah, and the most powerful franchise possibly ever made, Fast and Furious. Justin Lin, series veteran, he directed, I think it was from Tokyo Drift up until number 6 he did. Yeah, he returns. And this movie is basically a live action cartoon. And I fucking loved it.
You know, before you go into this movie, you know if it's for you or not.
This movie was made for one person, and that's me.
I don't know. I mean, the biggest thing that I've seen people talk about with this movie is how insane it is and shit. Now it's just nuts, but it's really not.
What the fuck are you talking about? They go to space. They have the magnet cars.
Those are the only things that really feel new for the franchise.
Let's just clarify full spoilers for the movie.
Yeah.
The swinging across the canyon with the cart. That's cinematic bliss.
That doesn't feel particularly new for the franchise. I've only seen a few of these, and this feels like something that I would have seen in Furious 7.
Did you not fucking cheer when Vin Diesel goes fucking beast mode on those goons?
Oh god. When he gets knocked off the bridge.
Yeah. And then he just grabs the chains and pulls the fucking roof down on them. Then he has a fucking 10-minute flashback sequence in the while he's drowning. Oh, it was glorious.
I can't tell if you ironically like this movie or not, because those all sound like horrible things. Those all sound like in any other movie, those would be things you would be bitching about.
It's a combination of how seriously Vin Diesel takes these movies, which is just so endearing.
He really thinks that they're like massive. I remember when Furious 7 was coming out, he said that it was going to win Best Picture.
I love him.
He wasn't joking. He actually thought that it was going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. See, I don't know. Vin Diesel just... I don't know with him. I can't tell if he's creepy or if he's nice.
Oh, I love the man.
He seems like a bit of an asshole. Like, I think he and The Rock don't really get along.
Well, did you see what he said recently about that?
Yeah, it's all for the role.
Yeah, he was trying to get a performance out of him.
No, these are fucking Fast and Furious movies. The Rock is not taking it that seriously.
Oh, the thing is that the Rock is better than him in all the movies.
Yeah, this movie desperately needed The Rock.
I agree with that. I think his presence was missed. Yeah.
He definitely needs to be in these because, I mean, I think first of all at this point he's more of a selling point than Vin Diesel is.
Probably, yeah.
I don't think people go and say, "Oh, that new Vin Diesel movie's coming out. Let's go see that."
The Rock's definitely more of a draw at the box office. Yeah. The Rock I think is more self-aware than Vin Diesel, which
yeah.
I think makes Vin Diesel more endearing.
The biggest thing is everybody in those movies is self-aware. Like, the only person in F9 taking it seriously is Vin Diesel. He takes it so seriously.
I think I like that dynamic though. It's like, you got like Tyrese Gibson and like Ludacris, like, what were they even in this movie? Like,
I'm gonna be honest, you may not like this take. Vin Diesel is absolutely atrocious in this movie.
Bruh, fuck off, no.
He gives just a horrible performance all the way through. I would honestly say that the flashback kid gave a better performance.
Isn't that his kid?
Yeah.
Do you remember the quote that Vin Diesel said about John Cena? Like,
oh, the Dom Shrine thing?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He Paul Walker sent him down to his Dom Shrine.
Yeah.
That was weird at the end of the movie.
Yeah, where they almost brought him back.
I was really expecting like some CGI monstrosity to get out of the car. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't.
They're apparently talking about doing it, which they're gonna do it. I guarantee you, for F10, the end of the movie will be like, oh, we need Brian back, and then F11 they'll go get him.
I don't think they'd do it without his family's consent, at least, because I know Vin Diesel and Paul Walker were very close. So
they would probably do what they did for Furious 7, where they just have his brother be the stand-in.
I mean, I think that was done well in Furious 7.
Yeah, they handled it well enough. I don't know what else they could have done, though. I always like the idea that his brother was just some random guy that they had stand in these movies. Pretty much everything to do with any actual character drama is horrible. All of the scenes, like towards the middle of the movie, where like they're tracking down Han and shit, those are just boring as fuck.
I'll agree with that. The middle of the film was definitely the weakest part. It did feel like a bit of a drag compared, because I think I really enjoyed the first act, really enjoyed the last act. It could have been a bit better in the middle, I think. I didn't really care about the flashback stuff that much.
The magnets.
The magnet cars were amazing.
No, that was bad too. I don't know.
Nah, it's good.
They didn't. That's the one concept in the movie where I think they properly explored it to the point where I was like satisfied by the end of the movie with like how much they used the magnet cars.
I liked it, yeah.
Whatever. But then like going to space, it felt like it didn't. I mean, they're obviously going to go to space again at some point in this series, but
I can't wait for Vin Diesel in a spacesuit. I feel like he's gonna have a spacesuit, but it's still gonna be sleeveless. It'll be see-through and he'll have his like wife beater on underneath.
hell yeah. I just didn't think they did enough with the space stuff.
It's goofy enough them going to space, but the way they get back, they just drift up to like the International Space Station.
They just crash into that thing and then that's it. It felt kind of anticlimactic. As a whole, I mean, a lot of the action sequences aren't particularly good.
I disagree. I liked all the action, I think.
Anything without the cars is just bad.
Oh no.
I think over the past few years, the level of quality that I would like from an action movie has definitely changed from like what can be made now. And I don't think that these movies are particularly bringing enough good action to the table. I think it's all just mediocre.
I think all the car stuff's really good. Like I like the amount of practical stuff they do with it. Also the bit where they catch the car and the side of the truck is amazing.
I did like that. Again, the magnet stuff I liked, but the rest of it just kind of felt kind of bland. It's just schlock. It's just 2.5 hours of schlock, except there's a lot of boring... They made the mistake in this movie of assuming that the audience cares about any of the character stuff.
I think it was done, like, fine.
I don't know, they made the mistake of assuming people actually care about these characters. Because I think most people are going to see this just for Vin Diesel doing stupid shit.
I do think it was weird, it's the way they get to space, like the subplot with the guy from Tokyo Drift. It was a weird, it just felt a bit weird having him in the movie, yeah.
It was weird that they brought them in so early, and then, like, they disappeared from the movie till the end. Like, they go to that place where they're trying the car out, and they're like, hey, we need your help. And then at the end of the movie, they return, and they're like, hey, you ready? We need your help still. A few of my other problems, I thought the movie tried to be meta, but it kind of just
You talk about the guy who thinks he's invincible. I like that. It was a good bit running throughout, I thought.
It just felt like they were trying to be like, hey, look, everybody, we understand the complaints of these movies. And it's like, no. Nobody cares that everybody's invincible. It's not the problem that these movies have for people. And it's not like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like they're doing anything special with it. It's like they're just bringing it up.
I mean, it pays off at the end when they take out the satellite.
Yeah, I guess, but like, I don't know. What was the other thing? I thought all of the humor was just god-awful.
I think it was a mixed bag. I think it was a mixed bag.
I saw it in a pretty busy theater and just nobody laughed.
Have I mentioned this on the show before? If you make noise in cinema, you're a bad person.
I don't like it, but like for something like Fast 9, I don't really give a shit.
Like the example that immediately comes to mind is, I mean, I know you've seen this video, but the 300 Angry Star Wars fans video.
Yeah.
I mean, good on them. They're calling out the guy with the phone on, but then they do something even more annoying by like cheering super fucking loudly, so you can't even hear the music when the like logo comes up. Like that's fucking insufferable.
That's the thrill.
I want to fucking hear the movie and experience it. I don't want them ruining the...
If you want to hear a Star Wars movie, if you want to properly enjoy the first Star Wars movie in over a decade in a theater, then don't go to the first showing.
Yeah, because if you do go to the first one, you're gonna get a bunch of twats yelling their asses off.
That's what you expect, though. Like,
I mean, yes, you expect it, but that's not good. They should. That doesn't mean it's okay. Who are you cheering for? The actors aren't there. The director isn't there. It's not a play. But who are you cheering for?
Because it's fun. It's
not even just Star Wars, though.
It's a tradition for Star Wars.
It's like you see people cheering at Endgame when like Cap lifts Thor's hammer or something. Who are you cheering for? unless Chris Evans is sitting right next to you, what the fuck are you even doing? It ruins them. It takes you out of the experience.
I mean, yeah, it's annoying, but when I saw Force Awakens, it was like that, and like I didn't mind because it just made the experience better. Because it was like I'm in a room with just people who are cranked up to 11, super excited about the movie. Everybody's super amped to see this movie.
If they're
and it's like,
excited for it, they should shut up and watch it instead of just making a bunch of fucking noise.
I had the same experience that I've had every other time I've watched The Force Awakens.
Well, that's just
In
weird.
terms of understanding the film.
I'm not talking about understanding it, I'm talking about enjoying it.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it the same. And hell, I enjoyed it more.
Well, you're an anomaly.
That's the most
fucking
enjoyment
bizarre.
I've had while watching any of the new Star Wars movies was at that Thursday night showing.
Why, though? It's just...
When I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the Alamo Draft House, everybody losing their shit at the end, when Rick Dalton brought out the flamethrower, people just stood up and started cheering.
People there have seen the film before, though, so it's not like it's a surprise.
But that's still the most fun I've ever had watching a movie. For some, like, I don't want people fucking cheering their asses off during The Lighthouse or some shit.
I don't want people cheering their ass off in anything. There's no film where that would be a... Like, I went to, like, the new Star Wars films on, like, opening night, all three.
Mm-hmm.
No one cheered. Perfect experience. No one, like... and laughing at a joke, that's fine. Like, and, like, obviously, like, coughing, that's, like, an involuntary noise, that's fine. But just cheering, just fuck off. Public announcement to anyone listening to this. Shut up when you're in the cinema. Don't make a single noise, otherwise you're a selfish twat. There we go.
You said laughter's fine. If people are laughing during the movie, that's a sign that the jokes are clicking.
I can't really get angry at... I'm not going to get angry at laughing. I would still rather you not, but I mean, yeah, that's an irrational dislike. The rest are rational, I think.
There was just no reaction at all during the movie, which for like big blockbusters doesn't really feel normal in terms of like laughter.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Vin Diesel's good in F9. He does exactly what is required. He clearly cares a lot about the films. I don't know. He's just got an endearing presence.
The kid that Vin Diesel has in the movie gives a better performance than Vin Diesel does.
Oh, just about the kid. It is kind of weird that like every time someone comes to the farm, does he like put him in that box and like get a shotgun out? Just get a phone.
One thing I do like is what's his name? Paul Walker's character just gets to be the babysitter.
Yeah.
He's just how they explain that everybody's kids are fine.
Yeah.
Which fine by me.
We should do the Fast and Furious movies on the show.
Oh god, I'm not watching any more of these.
I'd say there are only 3 bad ones, and you've seen one of the bad ones.
If you think Hobbs and Shaw is good, then I'm not watching these.
Hobbs and Shaw is underrated. It's fine.
It's fucking painful, but I enjoyed it more than this.
The 3 bad ones are the original, which I believe you've seen the original one.
Yeah.
The original Too Fast, Too Furious, and Tokyo Drift.
I'm not watching any of them.
Watch Fast 5. That's like universally considered
No.
the best one. Although I think Furious 7 is
No,
the best.
I will never watch another. I'm gonna throw away my box set. Throw that shit in the fucking trash. I do own them all.
But why do you own films if you don't watch them?
I mean, there's a lot of films I own that I've never seen.
Why though?
Well, I bought these because I was gonna watch them all before Hobbs and Shaw, and then I watched the first one and said I'm done. So then I just never watched them again. And they're all in 4K too, so I get the optimal viewing experience of having them on my shelf. I'll probably see the last 2 when they come out, just because why not?
I can't wait to see what they have in store for what I could only hope is Fast and Furious Tennis. I don't know what they could call the 11th.
Well, the 11th one is just 10-2.
Oh, Fast and Furious Tennis 2.
They literally had that naming convention with Final Fantasy. It was Final Fantasy 10 Part 1, Final Fantasy 10 Part 2.
I think they should 10 call it Fast, then call 11 Furious. I think that'd be good.
Do it. Why not?
So, predictions for the 2-part finale, well, supposed finale. I think they've said they're going to end the series before, but yeah.
Time travel.
That is a logical step, but I don't know, because on the one hand, I would say that's too extreme even for this series. But go back 3 films, I would have said going to space is too extreme for even these movies, so...
I think time travel.
You think they're going to do time travel?
Yeah, they're going to do time travel, and... Well, first of all, I think the one actual story prediction I have is that Shaw is going to be, like, one of the crew fully.
Is that Jason Statham?
Yeah. I don't know if he was in the 8th one.
He was, I think. Because he's in the post-credits of this. Or mid-credits, I think it was, yeah.
I don't know. I think The Rock may not actually be in these.
That'd be a shame, but, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
I really hope that The Rock has a good time making Hobbs and Shaw movies till he dies.
Oh, because they are doing a sequel to that, aren't they?
Yeah, after Fast 11 comes out, or Fast 10 Part 2.
Can't fucking wait.
So the franchise will continue, but the Fast series is done.
So I reckon they'll just say goodbye to Dom then.
You think he'll die?
Nah, I think he'll. They'll end this movie like they end every single one with a fucking barbecue. Oh no, a barbecue. They put Vin Diesel in old age makeup and everyone.
Oh god. No, I have a prediction.
Oh yeah?
It's gonna be a barbecue, except Vin Diesel's barbecuing dinosaurs. Because he used his time machine to go back in time.
Oh no. It's a barbecue, but it's the Last Supper because he went back to Jesus times and became Jesus.
Oh god. He's cooking Jesus a burger. Jesus, you better watch out for that Judas guy.
I hope we get a line in the next one. Mr. Toretto, why don't you use your actual last name, Christ?
Oh, yeah.
Vin Diesel is actually a long-lost descendant of Jesus.
That explains why he could pull down a fucking roof with his bare hands.
Oh, that scene was
What
glorious.
the fuck is his power? What is his power? He has to have some kind of power. They're gonna give him superpowers at some point.
It was so good. Like the way. Oh, and then just ragdolled a bunch of people. Oh, it's a beautiful film.
Could they kill off Vin Diesel?
I don't know. And that's tough.
Could he actually physically die?
I don't know, because I mean, I think he's like almost died like 5 times, but yeah, I don't know.
See, at this point, the suspension of disbelief is too far gone.
Usually I complain about that in movies, but I do not mind it here. I'm just completely on board.
I don't hate it here, but it is just like, I just can't care. I mean, they literally brought a character back from the dead.
They've brought several characters back from the dead.
I don't think that there's anybody who can take this seriously. I thought the whole explanation for John Cena being evil was just really stupid.
Yeah, I didn't really make much of that.
First of all, I thought it was really funny how... So let me get this straight. Dom's in jail, right?
Yeah.
And he's fixing up that car. And somebody points out and he's like, oh, you better not do that thing, or you're gonna fuck up the car and it'll blow up.
Oh yeah, then he thinks his brother did that to...
Yeah, so then he just assumes that's what his brother did.
It is a pretty big leap, yeah.
And even then, even if we assume that his brother did that, so Vin Diesel made that by mistake. He did that by mistake. He assumes his brother did it maliciously.
Yeah.
When he had just made it he had just done it by mistake.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Instead of just trying to settle it with his brother, when his brother could have just easily said, no,
Yeah.
I didn't do that. He just goes up to him and goes, I'm gonna race you, and then if I win, you're never gonna see me again.
Oh, hang on. I've got a prediction.
Okay, what do you got?
You know how they mentioned that the Toretto family has Nordic lineage because of
Yeah.
John Cena's chin? Right. This is an amazing theory. What if Dom Toretto is the descendant of Thor?
Perfect. He's gonna wield Mjolnir.
Yeah, he's a fucking demigod.
Why not?
Okay, wait. Let's do ratings. I mean, do you want to go first?
4 out of 10.
I mean, you're wrong. You give Space Jam more than this.
Yes, I enjoy Space Jam more.
Fucking insanity. I mean,
I enjoy Space Jam.
I gave this a 7 out of 10, but the more I think about it, I really fucking enjoyed it. So, is it an 8? I'm gonna go a high 7 for now. So like 7.5, but still a 7. It's my second favorite Fast and Furious movie behind Furious 7.
It is my current least favorite.
You enjoyed the original more?
Yeah.
Blah.
Even though I had to restart the original 3 times because the DVD wouldn't work, I still enjoyed it more than this. Because at least it's not 140 minutes
But it's.
of Vin Diesel just mumbling on about family.
I loved the bit where Vin Diesel said that a family was like a car, immortal.
Oh,
Oh no, that was his dad saying that to young Vin Diesel, I think.
his dad said that and then immediately died from a car dying. That death scene was so, like, telegraphed.
Yeah.
It was so fucking obvious he was going to die.
Isn't it mentioned in the first film that his dad died in like a car accident?
Yeah, I didn't even remember that though.
I like that we saw what, because it gets referenced in the first film that he went to jail for like beating someone up with like a thing. So
Oh, so they're really going deep in the lore.
yeah.
Talk about Loki.
So episode 2 was I liked episode 2.
I liked it a lot too.
Episode 3 I think was the weakest.
No, episode 1's the weakest in my opinion. Honestly, I think every episode's gotten better as the show's gone on.
Oh, hard disagree. I'd go 4 the best one, then 2, then 1, then 3.
No, I think my ranking is 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nah. But yeah, so episode 4 I think has the most to talk about, so let's go on to that. So I mean, I loved this episode. It was really fucking great.
I'm gonna reserve judgment on the show itself like saying overall if I loved it or not.
I mean, still got a third of the show left, so
Yeah, because like up until the tail end of WandaVision, I was really liking that, and then the ending just kind of ruined it for me. Because I really didn't like the ending of that. But so far, I'm really liking this. So far, this is comparing the first 2/3 of each show. This is definitely my favorite.
Oh yeah, same.
I really didn't care for Falcon Winter Soldier.
I mean, I think so far at least the shows have just been getting better and better. WandaVision was pretty good. Yeah, WandaVision was pretty great. Falcon and Winter Soldier was pretty great. This, I think, so far has been better than both of those.
I would agree, but I mean, not on Falcon and Winter Soldier being great, because I mean, I've been rewatching it because my brother has wanted to watch it, and it's just so bland.
I think it's really great whenever the villain, the Flag Smashers, aren't on screen, because I think they're pretty weak characters.
Even then, I don't really like Sam and Bucky's dynamic in that show. I don't think they work.
Yeah, my main issue is, I mean, I think the actress who plays the villain, like, is it Carly? The villain. I think that's a really bad performance. I think.
Yeah.
She's really shit in the movie, but yeah. I mean, that's we're not talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier. We're talking about Loki. Yeah. So spoilers. I mean, Loki dies.
Kind of.
He doesn't die.
This is like the 4th or 5th time they've killed off Loki.
Yeah. So he, like, I assume it was like a teleportation then.
Yeah.
So I assume that happened to Mobius too then.
I hope so.
Because
like
yeah,
him.
he's great.
I like Crocodile Loki though.
Oh yeah, and I like it was Richard E. Grant, right? As like the classic comic book Loki.
Oh yeah, I think it was.
He was really good. I mean, I say really good. He was in it for like 5 seconds, but yeah. But I mean, he looks good. Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they're doing with this.
Yeah, I'm really hyped for the next episode. Yeah, and I'm really curious about, I mean, the central like mystery of it, like who's running the TVA and who created that.
It's Miss Minutes.
Well, yeah.
That's your answer.
But like, is that an actual?
It's gotta be Miss Minutes.
Is that an actual person though? Like.
Yes. Miss Minutes.
That's like a cartoon clock though.
Yes. The cartoon clock is the main antagonist.
You think?
I have no doubt. It's going to be the clock. I have no doubts in my mind.
But do you think it's like a cartoon clock on a screen, or just like?
It's going to be the physical version, the one that shows up in episode 2.
I don't know.
I have no doubts now. Either that or the Black Lady, whatever her name was, or they'll do something different that's not as good as the clock being the villain. I liked it quite a bit, but so far I'm really liking it. But I just can't say as a whole if it's truly great or not yet, just because I need to wait to see how they're going to end this.
I mean, I'll say the episodes so far have been good to great, but I won't judge the whole show as a whole yet. I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think when we next record, the whole show will be out, so we'll be able to discuss the whole thing then. What would you go with ratings? I'd go, for the 4 episodes, I'd go 8, 8, 7, 8.
I think I'd probably go 6, 7, 8, 8.
Okay.
It's just gonna be curious. I'm gonna be curious to see how this ends. I don't think they're doing a season 2, so I think this is it.
Yeah, I think this is gonna I think it's gonna set up Doctor Strange too. So
yeah.
So I mean, like WandaVision also kind of set that up.
Spider-Man's gonna be the big setup for that.
I mean, it seems like half the upcoming things are set up for that, because yeah, Spider-Man, WandaVision also did.
I think Spider-Man's probably gonna be the central thing.
That's Loki. Then so. This was a suggestion from someone on our Discord server. Join that. Gotta suggested that. I mean, we kind of missed doing it before the main topic, but so before going to the main topic of the episode, like Doctor Who in the newest one, you could implement a short section of what you guys have seen over the last few days and what you think of it. I think that's a good idea, but I mean, we're a bit late to do it before, so let's do it now. So yeah, like, best film you've watched since we last recorded. Do that.
Reservoir Dogs. I really loved it. I mean, I'm a Tarantino fan, I would say. I still have a few of his movies left to see.
Yesterday, I rewatched 2001 Ocean's 11 with George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Have you seen that?
I have not.
I'd really recommend it. It's I'd say it's the best heist film ever made. It's just such a fun watch. All the cast is really good. Don Cheadle doing a British accent is cursed, but it's amazing. Have you heard his accent in this film?
I have not, but I will have to listen to it now. That director just came out with a new movie, right?
Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah. It's on HBO. Apparently it's good. I haven't seen it.
Oh, no Sudden Move.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
I thought that's why you were watching it, to be honest, because the timing seemed perfect.
I just hadn't seen it in a while. I haven't really watched much this week. I just another rewatch last Sunday. I rewatched Thor Ragnarok. I fucking love that movie. It's really. I mean, I was very fucking sleep deprived after on that, so that was just a nice, comforting watch.
I would recommend Spymate as well, which I got a DVD of. It is absolutely incredible. One of the greatest films I think I've ever seen. I'll have to sum this up briefly because I don't want to spoil too much. But so first of all, you like James Bond, right? It's basically that but better because he's a monkey now. Don't worry, he's still a womanizer and he's still awesome. So basically, he takes down some terrorists in the Middle East somewhere in the beginning of the movie, and then his partner retires. So the spy monkey goes to the circus to work in the circus until he gets called out of retirement for one final job where he has to save his partner's daughter from a guy who looks like Quentin Tarantino. So
does the monkey talk in this?
He has one scene where he talks in a very racist Jamaican accent. And that's it.
God.
And apparently there was a behind-the-scenes documentary that I watched for this where they talk about how they had to like map the monkey's lips to the Jamaican like voice that they had.
Yeah.
Because the scene is they're in Jamaica because they're tracking someone down, and he hits a goon over the head with a coconut, and then when the goon wakes up, he sees the monkey talking because he's having like a dream, I guess. But the monkey's talking to him. But this monkey can do everything. He has a suit. He wears sunglasses. He has like a paraglider that he flies around in. He can drive a car. He can snowboard. Really does everything. And the other thing that I want to add is there's a scene towards the end of the movie where he's trained in karate by the sensei from Karate Kid. Like the actual guy. They brought him back. This is his character reprised, I guess, to teach a monkey how to do karate. So, beautiful film. Brought me to tears, to be honest.
Great.
That's my next pick.
Oh, hang on. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Flushcast.
Thank you.
Next episode we will be talking about Coraline. It is Yamcha's pick, but he can't be here to say that. So, hopefully we will finally have the return of all three of us being in an episode.
I really doubt it.
Don't get your hopes up, we seem cursed.
Yeah. I'll probably be the one to miss next week, so if I don't see you all then, I'll see you the week after when Yamcha's not here.
At the moment, it seems like you two are alternating missing a week.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go to the description below for the link tree with our links to like Discord server, Letterboxd. I will put a link to that documentary I mentioned in the description below. Check it out, very interesting. See ya. Bye. Thanks for listening.
Adios.